people of Ghana, is your Nigerian God Pleasure, bringing you political news, wonderful news, all the trending news in our channel, Ghanatube. A lot of citizens have actually come out to praise our President Mahama over fulfillment of 5 policies that he actually promised. And yet, this is things that MPP couldn't do for 8 years, just few months in the office. President Mahama has actually fulfilled 5 policies that he actually promised us during the campaign. Just barely 2 months into the office of the 6th president of the 4th Republic of Ghana, President Mahama has been commended by a section of the public for certain initiatives and implementations. The president, who staged a comeback in the 2024 election after previously serving as president, appears to have gained significant experience in his second tenure in the office. And people are beginning to come up to say that indeed this is actually the kind of president they prayed for, what we actually wanted. And being that he knew all the nukes and chronic already, being that he has actually been the president of the republic before, like he didn't really finish his 8th tenure, that's why he actually come back to finish it up. And just barely 2 months into the office, he has actually fulfilled 5 key policies already, and this is something that has actually been very difficult for the people of Ghana. Sworn in on 7th January 2025, some of his policies and implementations have widely praised and actually gotten to the public. Several individuals and organizations, including non-government critics, have landed their initiative and actually praised the president in the person of President Mahama. Among those who praised Mahama for their policies are Franklin Kojo, president of Eman Africa, Sanyo Hosu, businessman and economic policy analyst, some journalists, even journalists, Nana Amano, and scores of social media users, most especially people in Twitter. Organizations such as Elections Watch Ghana and the political group Movement for Change have also expressed support for this administration decision within the first few months of office. This to say you that truthfully President Mahama came back prepared. He is not leaving any stone unturned, and it's not just that, people are seeing the work he's putting in because it is actually a very public thing that he's doing, and a lot have actually come out to appreciate President Mahama, praise him for this initiative he has carried forth so far, and he is actually doing more day by day. They've actually come out to say that just before his 4th tenure, the 4 years, he will really achieve almost 90% of his campaign promises because he has really been showing example. And Ghana Web has highlighted the 5 initiatives of President Mahama that have actually received mass acclaim. 1. Reduction on the ministerial position. A lot of presidents didn't even really use half of what he is using. They use more than enough of what he's using. But when he was really campaigning, he said he was just going to use 60 ministers, in as much as some persons even came out to applaud him, urge him, beg him to see if he is going to increase the ministers. But he has actually maintained the ministers he actually promised us so far, and a lot have recommended him for being a man of his word. Yeah, you've actually seen that so far so good. President Mahama has actually been the one that have used this number of ministers just yet. President Mahama has actually by executive instrument reduced the number of ministers from 30 to 23. These moves form part of the administration restructuring. That's an initiative aimed at enhancing efficiency and streamlining government operations. The reduction was formalized through the Civil Service Ministries. That's the instrument 2025 EI1, signed by the President on January 9, 2025. The executive instrument outlines the newly established ministries and revoked the previous arrangements under the Civil Service Ministries Instrument 2021 E1 Section 12. Some key changes include the establishment of the Minister of Energy and Green Transition. the Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations, and the Ministry of Trade, Agribusinesses and Industries, among others. These are some of the achievements so far that he has done in this reduction of ministerial position. Number 2, ban on first-class official travels. Wow, this one is actually well recommendable, because most of our politicians actually use the money or they live a lavish life. But here, the president has actually banned on first-class officials travel. President Mahama has announced a ban on first-class travel for government appointees, emphasizing that the administration will be marked by modesty and respect for the people of Ghana. So far, so good. We can see that the president is maintaining his words. The president, then also, he made this known at the swearing-in ceremony of ministers at the Jubilee House on Friday, 7th February 2025. The minister stressed that public officials must be mindful of how they use state resources. Wow, just wow. He is actually doing wonders just few months in the office. He also stated that he had directed the Chief of Staff, Julius Zebra, to officially inform ministers and government appointees to an immediate restriction of non-essential traveling. And people are actually happy on all these arrangements, the policies, and all the things that President John Mahama is doing so far. Number 3 of it is public declaration of access and accountability for appointees. President John Mahama has warned that he will take drastic measures against any appointee who fails to declare their assets by the deadline he has set. Addressing the press on Tuesday, February 18, 2025, after declaring his assets, President John Mahama stated that he had instructed the Chief of Staff to notify all appointees to declare their assets by March 31st, 2025. This is actually coming with punishment. Anyone who is not able to declare their assets will actually have to lose their seat. Wow. And people are so happy from what President John Mahama is actually achieving, doing already just this recent. Number 4, payment of bondholders. The Ministry of Finance on Monday, February 17, 2025, successfully honored the payment of cash VIC coupon of over 6 billion Ghana cedis to all bondholders under the Domestic Debt Exchange Program, DDEP. The action aligns with the directive issued by President John Mahama, reaffirming the government's commitment to fulfilling its financial obligation. Who does it well better than President John Mahama? Because he has actually kept his word. And people, this has actually made families or other men agents to actually be happy on this, because it actually affected so many persons. To strengthen debt management and enhance investors' confidence, the government has allocated over 9 billion cedis into the Debt Service Recovery CD account sinking fund. The buffer is intended to suffer the upcoming 5th DDEP coupon payment scheduled for July and August 2025. 5. Reduction of Hajj fee. Hajj travel is a significant aspect for the Muslim faith, and President John Mahama's decision to reduce the fee has been met with widespread praises, like actually reducing. There are some amount of money that's actually supposed to be paid for this traveling, and he has reduced it so that at least an average person can actually travel for this their festival. The Muslim community, actually, the government has actually reduced the cost of Hajj from 75,000 Ghana cedis to 62,000 Ghana cedis per person. He should be appreciated and actually be like everyone is actually supposed to actually commend him for all he has actually done for the people of Ghana. You've seen how far the president has actually walked from all the promises he made. He has actually given us very good policy. A lot of people have actually come out to praise President John Mahama so far for all he has achieved, just basically 2 months in the office. Let's just call it 2 months in the office. Please do well to comment how you feel, see this, and also do well to like, comment, follow, subscribe if you've not done so, please, so you get all our news one by one. Thanks, my people.